Y'all, the rap game's most explosive feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake just hit nuclear levels, and 2025 is already serving us more drama than we can handle. I'm talking about diss tracks, legal battles, shootings, and secrets that'll make your jaw drop. Let's dive right into this piping hot mess, because things between these two rap titans are heating up again, and the fans, baby, they're absolutely living for every single second of it. The tension between these heavyweight champions of hip-hop just cranked up to 11, and from what I'm seeing, this beef is shaping up to be one for the history books. Now, let me take you back through this roller coaster of drama that dominated 2024 before we get into the fresh tea. Both artists were throwing shade left and right through their diss tracks, and Drake? Honey, he was catching heat from fans and critics like he was standing in the desert at high noon. But fast forward to now, and Kendrick just dropped a bomb that has everyone's group chats exploding. You won't believe what went down on SZA's latest project. Kendrick made a guest appearance on her track 30 for 30 from the SOS Deluxe album, and when I tell you he didn't hold back, Chili, he came for blood. You know our boy Kendrick. He's famous for packing his verses with more layers than a wedding cake, and this time, he served us a feast. The internet detectives are working overtime dissecting every single line, but there's one particular verse that has everyone's notifications blowing up. Listen to this. You effing with ninjas that thinking they cuter than you, say you on your cycle, but he on his period too. The shade, the audacity, the drama, and before you ask, yes, all signs point directly at Drake. Now why Drake, you ask? Well, let me remind you about his history with SZA. These two had their little romance moment and blessed us with hits like Slime You Out and Rich Baby Daddy back in 2012 to 23. But here's where it gets juicy. Drake had the nerve to accuse SZA of dissing Kendrick in his track Push-Ups. Talk about messy. And now Kendrick's using SZA's own project to clap back? That's what I call poetic justice. But hold on to your wigs because this drama just took a sharp turn into legal territory. Drake isn't just throwing bars anymore. He's throwing legal papers. Yes, you heard that right. Our Canadian king decided to sue Universal Music Group, which oversees both his label Republic Records and Kendrick's label Interscope Records. The lawsuit specifically targets Kendrick's track Not Like Us, which, by the way, was the moment of 2024. The tea gets even hotter because this track didn't just take shots at Drake's artistry, it straight up accused him of being a predator and engaging in cultural appropriation. Drake's claiming these accusations have caused serious damage to his reputation and personal safety. His legal team is coming for UMG's neck, saying they prioritized corporate greed over the safety and well-being of its artists.
And breaking news out of Canada, rapper Drake's mansion is at the center of a shooting investigation right now. Police in Toronto say one man was shot and is in the hospital. It comes as the rapper has been in the news for a highly contentious, very public, weeks-long feud with another rapper, Kendrick Lamar, which has been featured numerous diss tracks. However, there's no word on a motive for this shooting or any information that suggests those two are connected.
But let me tell you about something terrifying that happened in May 2024. Drake's gorgeous Toronto mansion, you know, the one they call the Embassy, became the scene of something straight out of a horror movie. Some people just started shooting at Drake's security guard, hitting him multiple times, including a serious chest wound. The poor man had to be rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Here's the scariest part. Nobody even knew where Drake was during all this chaos. The question on everyone's mind was bone-chilling. Was our boy Drake the actual target? Think about it. This happened right when Kendrick's Not Like Us was dominating the charts, and the album cover literally featured Drake's mansion. This wasn't just a lyrical jab anymore. Kendrick used Drake's private life as ammunition, sparking widespread backlash against the Canadian rapper.
Now, security was on hand when a man was arrested outside Drake's mansion this afternoon. Police say they responded after someone tried to gain access to the property. Officers took the man into custody under the Mental Health Act.
Drake tried to shut down all these nasty allegations with The Heart Part 6, denying everything left and right. But honey, that damage was already done, and that shooting just made everything 10 times messier. Fast forward to 2025, and this situation is giving me serious deja vu. With Kendrick preparing to shut down the Super Bowl halftime show and Not Like Us back in everyone's mouths, Drake's reputation is hanging by a thread. Speaking of the Super Bowl, things have gotten even messier. Drake's recent defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group feels far from coincidental, filed just weeks before the big game. Please, it's crystal clear he's not just targeting UMG for what he calls defamation, he's trying to gain leverage over Kendrick's Super Bowl performance. Think about it. The halftime show is watched by millions worldwide, and Kendrick performing Not Like Us on such a massive stage would absolutely demolish Drake's reputation on a whole new level. Drake knows exactly what's at stake here. The NFL and Apple Music, who sponsor the halftime show, probably aren't too keen on having a performance that could spark even more controversy. Some people are saying Drake's legal moves are just a calculated attempt to get the song banned from the set list altogether. But here's the tea. Kendrick performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl would be the ultimate victory lap. As one ex-user perfectly put it, Drake is trying everything he can because he knows what's going to happen next month at the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Not Like Us is going to tear the roof off the building. Even during the holidays, this drama wouldn't take a break. On December 26th, Drake joined forces with Adin Ross for this massive giveaway. We're talking Lamborghinis, year's rent money, huge cash prizes, the works. The stream pulled in over 180,000 viewers in just the first hour, but something absolutely wild happened. Picture this. Drake's reading fan letters live on stream, and suddenly, one sneaky fan slides in a jab at Kendrick. The letter was all sweet and romantic, talking about an unforgettable honeymoon filled with laughter, fun, and Drake's charisma. But then bam, and it's always F. Kendrick. Now Drake played it cool, but honey, we all saw that little twitch.
Drake also reads a letter from a fan and almost says F. Kendrick.
The Drake charisma, and it's always, oh, I'm not reading that. Please help a Drizzy soldier finally show my wife why Drake is the greatest to ever do it. Great.
Glaze you net! Now yeah, he skipped it over, but I'm inclined to believe he thought it was funny and wanted to throw that in there.
Let's keep it real. Drake might act unbothered in public, but behind those designer shades, this feud is eating him alive. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any messier, here comes Chris Blake Griffith, Drake's former friend and marketing manager, spilling all the tea on Instagram. Buckle up because this story is wild. Chris exposed how NFL star Stefon Diggs allegedly not only spiked his drink, but tried to make a move on him at some private event. And when Chris said no thank you, things got ugly. According to Chris, and trust me, he brought receipts, Stefon's brother Dars Diggs and two other guys cornered him in an elevator. They didn't just threaten him to keep quiet, they straight up robbed him. But here's where it gets even juicier. Chris shared screenshots of his DMs with Drake, and let me tell you, Drake's response was colder than a Canadian winter. Instead of having his friends back, Drake brushed it off like yesterday's news. In those leaked DMs, Drake had the nerve to compare the situation to rumors about LeBron James cheating on his wife. He said something like, "Me and Universal, it's like if Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron cheating on his wife."
Well, fans believe that Drake had dissed LeBron James in this new freestyle. So a freestyle was released on Conductor Williams' YouTube. So Conductor Williams is a producer that Drake works with a lot. And what was interesting was it was later deleted from YouTube, but then it was re-uploaded.
The plot thickens because now people are connecting all the dots, remembering how Drake's been throwing shade at LeBron in his music. Whether it's true or not, Drake's words and lack of action in Chris's situation aren't doing him any favors. And considering how Chris claims Drake hid the fact that Stefon Diggs allegedly made moves on him and then had him jumped. Chilly, the streets are giving Drake major side-eye. But wait, there's more. Enter Belu, this YouTuber known for reaction videos with Zaz, who just dropped the most savage diss track called CPB, Certified PE Boy. And when I tell you he went in on Drake for this Universal lawsuit, baby, he held nothing back. The track is basically calling Drake out for being petty about streamers, with lines like, "Why is you worried about us? Go get you a bag." Drake's defamation lawsuit against UMG specifically mentioned a reaction video from Zeus's channel which had amassed over 6.6 million views at the time. It's clear Drake wasn't just upset about Kendrick's disc, but also about how it went viral thanks to these streamers. Belu and Zaz weren't about to take this lying down though. After seeing their names in Drake's legal papers, Belu started posting these AI-generated memes calling Drake a rat.
Push that too. How would you be clowning Kendrick right now if Kendrick said, UMG, you didn't have to let Drake put that record out accusing me of beating my lady. You didn't have to let Drake put that record out saying my child isn't really mine. I'm trying to get you to see why you look like a complete and total sucker, Drake. All I'm saying, Aubrey, is stop acting like you haven't been the beneficiary of record label technology, okay? You being a whole hoe simply because you lost. Simply because Kendrick Lamar kicked your ass lyrically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And anybody acting like this is anything more than Drake's feelings being hurt, you are too.
Looking at all this chaos, can we really blame Kendrick for coming at Drake like this? Filing lawsuits instead of handling things in the booth? That's not giving what it's supposed to give. Even Charlemagne the God had to point out how Drake's handling this L from the rap beef like a rookie. From these explosive diss tracks to these messy lawsuits, it's crystal clear that Kendrick hit Drake right where it hurts. Drake's out here playing legal chess while Kendrick's letting his bars do the talking, and the fans are eating it up like Sunday dinner. The way this drama's unfolding, I can guarantee you one thing: 2025 is about to be a year. Between Drake's legal moves, Kendrick's upcoming Super Bowl performance, and all these wild allegations flying around, we're watching hip-hop history being made right before our eyes. And let me tell you something, with tensions this high and stakes even higher, nobody knows what's coming next. But one thing's for sure, this isn't just about music anymore. This is about reputation, pride, and who's really running this rap game. The streets are watching, the fans are choosing sides, and this beef, it's far from over. Now here's what we're all dying to know. Did Kendrick really end this beef with his diss tracks, or does Drake have some heat tucked away? Is this lawsuit against Universal a legitimate move, or is Drake just trying to save face? And the biggest question of all, is Kendrick's Super Bowl performance about to make Drake's life even more complicated? Don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to stay updated on all this juicy drama. Trust me, with the way things are going, you won't want to miss a single second of what's about to go down. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Whose side are you on? Team Drake or Team Kendrick? Let's get this conversation going.